Okay, so today's topic is weight training versus cardio when it comes to fat loss goals. What I'm going to do is break down the importance of both, but also in a little bit more detail go into why I believe that weight training is going to help you to reach your goals faster and more effectively. So yeah, cardio is one way that we can expend energy and can help to contribute towards our fat loss goals, because obviously your output is going to be increased when doing cardiovascular exercise. You can do HIIT training or LIST training. There are benefits of both, which I'm briefly going to touch on now. And obviously it does depend on the individual's goals as to which one I would personally recommend. So starting with HIIT training, obviously the benefits are it's going to take less time to perform the exercise. So you could do, say, 10 minutes of intense training and it is done. Not everyone has time to do lower intensity steady state cardio, for example, going on an hour walk. So sometimes HIIT training is going to be more beneficial to certain people. It's also, HIIT training is a great way to boost your body's metabolism to burn fat. Also, from performing HIIT training, you get that afterburn effect, which means once you have finished your, say, 10 minutes of high interval training, you're going to be burning calories for the rest of the day, whether you're back at work or you're sat down for longer. With cardio, you tend to stop burning calories, with low intensity steady state cardio, you tend to stop burning the calories as soon as you have finished, because of the intensity. It just doesn't have that long lasting effect like HIIT training does, and also resistance training, so weight training, does too. So I would recommend HIIT training for many individuals, as you're going to burn lots of calories in a short amount of time and then it is done and dusted. With low intensity training, your body has more oxygen available to it because you're not pushing into those higher intensity phases, which means your body has the ability to break down fat more easily. It's also good for people who don't want to fatigue their muscles too much and want to have their muscles as fresh as possible for their resistance training, to make that as effective as possible. So if you can implement both low intensity training and HIIT training into your regime sensibly, then I would suggest both would be good to help you with your fat loss goals. And then moving on to resistance training, which is basically weight training. I have so many people come to me and say, but I don't want to be bulky. I have to say it is more so females in that respect. However, this is one of the biggest fitness myths out there that I wish I could just demolish, because it is not true. So resistance training is very similar to HIIT training with the effect that it has that afterburn effect. So basically this is known as EPOC, excessive post-oxygen consumption. Your body is going to continue to burn calories even once you've finished training. So although per minute when you are resistance or weight training you won't be burning as many calories as, say, your LIST or your steady state cardio, because you're going to be burning calories for a period of time afterwards, overall from doing weight training you will burn more calories. And resistance training is also really good for purely burning fat mainly, as its prime source, whereas with cardio, especially if you do too much of it, you will start to burn muscle as well as fat mass. That's known as basically catabolic training. Your muscle will start to break down a little bit and you will lose that muscle tone eventually. So you do need to do resistance training to help to keep that muscle tone there, so that when you do lose your fat mass and lean down, you still are looking nice and toned and sort of tight, rather than what I call that skinny fat kind of look. And resistance training helps to tone your muscles because it helps to shape, protect and maintain your muscle mass. So to summarise, I would suggest a mix of both cardiovascular training, HIIT or LIST, whichever works best for you with your regime, with your goals, with what you're wanting to achieve, and also resistance training. Resistance training is going to have that added benefit on your body that you cannot simply achieve just by doing cardiovascular training. I hope that helps to answer a few of your questions, and if you do have any other questions that you would like me to answer, please comment below. Thank you.